On this episode, we're going to be taking a look at and doing a tasting review of the new Anejo from Nueve Uno, right here on the Tequila Hombre, coming up next. Hello, and welcome to this episode of the Tequila Hombre, where today we're going to be taking a look at and doing a tasting review of the new Anejo from Nueve Uno. Now, many of you know there is a previous Anejo that's been out from this brand. It's called the Nueve Uno Anejo Deep. It is by far one of my favorite Añejos on the market today. Actually, it is my favorite Añejo on the market today. It is such a beautiful, great tasting Añejo. I just can't get enough of it. But unfortunately, they've discontinued that particular expression and came out with a new Añejo that is aged for less time. Basically, this is produced the same way, but it's actually just aged for 1.5 years versus 2 years for the Anejo Deep. So let's not waste any more time though. Let's get into the tasting portion of this and see what this new Añejo is all about. All right, I'm not going to get into the production of this tequila since I've already did a review for Nueve Uno. I'll put the link to the previous review in the description where you can see the review for the Blanco, the Repo, and the Anejo Deep because they didn't have just a regular Anejo before. So we're just going to do a tasting of the new Anejo. And like before, they have the same great quality metal cap on this. The bottle of it, it looks great. It's very hefty, beautiful design. This is kosher and organic, which I love about that. And the person that created this brand, that owns this brand, her name is Noemi Partida. She's an amazing person. The Partida family comes out of a distillery out in Amatitan that's Rancho Miravalle. They were the ones that produced the Zunia tequila, and produced the Zunia tequila, but they also were the first to make the original Cabo Wabo, which was fantastic version of Cabo Wabo, unlike what's available from Cabo Wabo today. All right, so we've got it in the glass. Let's take a look at this puppy and see what we got here. So looking at this in the glass, it coats the glass beautifully. Come on, focus. Let's put this up here. There we go. Doesn't want to focus for me today. Come on. There we go. You can see the legs and tears on the glass. Coats the glass beautifully. So it's going to have a nice viscous mouthfeel to it. Looking at the tequila itself, crystal clear, a nice golden brown color. Looks beautiful. It's already making me really salivate. I'm really looking forward to tasting this. All right, let's see what we get on the nose on this. Beautiful cooked agave coming out on the nose. So we definitely get that cinnamon and baking spices right up front. Nice dried fruit coming through on it. A little hint of cherry. And then some vanilla notes coming through. And a hint of caramel in there as well. Smells like a beautiful, beautiful Añejo. Everything seems really good so far. So let's see what we get on the flavor profile. Now, first, this is my first sip of tequila. And like I always try to encourage everybody, your first sip, you never judge. You just want to rinse it around your mouth, get your gums and lips and stuff used to having 40% alcohol in it because alcohol is a poison and your lips and gums need to get used to it. So we're going to do that first. I'll have a little bit of stinging at first, but then that goes away. And once it kind of subsides, then you know you're good to go. So my tongue is just the part that's having a little hard time with it right now, but it's acclimating here. All right, we're ready to go now. So far, it's got a really nice, creamy, oily mouthfeel. A little bit of heat to it, not much. A little bit just to say, hey, I'm here. I love you. I'm getting some really nice cooked agave notes, cinnamon and baking spices up front. Definitely some like dried apricot notes that are coming through. A hint of cherry in there as well. Some citrus, some like blood orange mixed in as well. Getting some vanilla and a slight hint of caramel on the finish. This is a nice añejo. This is really nice. Let's do a side-by-side with the Anejo Deep. Hold on. All right, so this new añejo goes for right around $100 retail. We'll be ordering it for ferment and still. It's delicious. No reason why we shouldn't carry it. So if you want to get it, we will have it on ferment and still. I'm not sure the pricing yet, but once we get it, it'll be up with the pricing. Probably right around the same thing, right around $100. Now the Anejo Deep, the price has gotten increased on it. Now this one runs around $159.99 on ferment and still. This is 2-year añejo, but if you look at the color between the two of these, they're pretty close, right? Yeah, they're pretty close. Maybe a little bit darker on the Anejo Deep, but they're pretty close. All right, so let's see the difference between the two of them. I'm a huge fan of the Anejo Deep. Huge fan. I've probably drank about 8 or 9 bottles of the Anejo Deep. Not all at once, of course, over a period of time, but I always keep at least a case here in the Hombre Den, Hombre Cave. All right, so looking at this one, the Anejo Deep, in the glass. Coats the glass beautifully. You can see the legs and tears starting to form on it. Looks amazing. Looking at the tequila, it is also like a golden brown color. Looking between the two of them, this is the Anejo Deep. This is the regular Anejo. It's a tad bit darker. But they both look great. So on the nose on this one, definitely beautiful cooked agave up front, the cinnamon and baking spices. I'm getting a honey note with some sweet cherry on this. A little blood orange in there as well, like a sweeter citrus, vanilla, caramel that gives off kind of like a cream soda-esque kind of note to it. It smells really good. All right, so now to taste. I don't need to acclimate my mouth because it's already acclimated. This is also 40% alcohol by volume. Oh, this one seems to be a little more viscous, a little more oily and creamy on the mouthfeel. Getting a beautiful cooked agave up front, some like maraschino cherry, hint of blood orange in there, then some vanilla, a beautiful caramel, and a hint of dark chocolate in there as well. Fantastic. This is one still my favorite. It's an amazing añejo. So the difference between the two, let me see that. The new one's definitely a little thinner on the mouthfeel. Little lighter on the wood flavor, of course. There's more vanilla and caramel present in the Anejo Deep. There's more of a ripe fruit, apricot, cherry, blood orange kind of fruit coming through on the Anejo. More vanilla, caramel, and dark chocolate present in the Anejo Deep. Now, the new Anejo has a little bit more heat to it than the Anejo Deep. The Anejo Deep, I don't get any heat from that at all. Which isn't necessarily mean it's a bad thing. It's just for me, sometimes the heat will actually extend the flavor profile for you a little bit. And that's what it's doing. I'm really getting that nice ripe fruit notes that are still hanging around a little bit with a little bit of vanilla on it. Where this one, which is the Anejo Deep, no heat, super oily on the mouthfeel. More vanilla, caramel, dark chocolate coming through on the finish. And it leaves you with this really silky, creamy caramel note on the tongue that just kind of sits there and hangs out. I'm finding the finish on the Anejo Deep to be longer than the finish on the new Anejo. So the new Anejo is good. It's really good. I recommend trying it if you haven't had it yet. But the Anejo Deep is still my boo. It's still amazing. I still give the Anejo Deep 5 agaves out of 5 agaves. And I'm going to give the new Anejo 4 agaves out of 5 agaves, which means it's really good and I recommend it, but it's not up to par with the Anejo Deep. So I'd recommend, if you can grab it, grab the Anejo Deep. Otherwise, get the regular Anejo, or even buy a bottle of each and try them side by side, and you'll notice the differences that I'm talking about. So there you go, Anejo Deep, the new Anejo Deep. It's good. It's really good. I recommend it. If you like a good Anejo for $100, I would buy it. I absolutely would buy it. But for $159.99, I still would buy the Anejo Deep. This is still an amazing Anejo, one of the best Anejos I have ever tasted. I highly recommend it. It's delicious. All right, so there you go. Nueve Uno Anejo is good. I give it 4 agave, but it doesn't beat its predecessor, the Nueve Uno Anejo Deep. This is still my favorite Anejo. I highly recommend it. $159.99, yeah, for the Anejo Deep, but I would still buy it. It's that good. And of course, I love supporting brands that are doing things right, so I don't mind spending a little extra money to support the brand. The regular Anejo runs about $100 now retail, and we'll have it up on Ferment and Still here pretty soon. So if you're interested in picking it up, please do and support the brand. They do great work and their tequilas are great. I love everything that Noemi Partida has done with this brand. All right, so if you're like the information I shared, make sure you click the thumbs up. Give me a like for the information I shared here on this video. If you're new to the channel, welcome. I appreciate you, and make sure you click that subscribe button right there and the notification bell next to it so you don't miss out on any of the new videos that I post or live streams when I go live on the channel. And now I'd like to take a second to thank our members. I really do appreciate you guys' support of the channel and supporting the channel through joining our membership program. So I'd like to recognize all of the members now that have been with us for over a year. So that's Glenn Leonard at 12 months, Leo Bravos, 12 months, Joe Rodriguez is 12 months, Archie Brown is 13 months, Robert Sagasta is 13 months, EBA 101 Boxing is 14 months, Hugo is 14 months, Ivan Angel is 14 months, Jason Feeler is 15 months, and Alora Carrillo is 15 months, Don Casto is 17 months, Eric Lee is 19 months, Abel S is 19 months, Stephen L is 19 months, and Bonnie Landon and Shaman Johnson are both 19 months. Thank you so much, guys, for your support. Thank you for commenting like you do and giving the likes and supporting the channel. I appreciate each and every one of you. And well, happy birthday. Thank you for being with us for over a year. Now, I also like to recognize some of the new members that have just recently joined as well. So Cole Centers, he's joined 4 days ago. Thank you for becoming part of the members here on the Tequila Hombre channel. I appreciate your support. Aaron Conan has been here for 22 days, and Peter Stewart's been here for a month, as well as Scott Brooks has been here for a month. So thank you so much, you guys, for your support and for joining the member crew here. I appreciate it, and I just can't say enough how much I appreciate you guys supporting what I do. So we're going to roll all the members listed on the channel, because I do appreciate you guys and want everyone to know that I appreciate your support. So make sure you stay tuned right after I finish here to see the list of members. And like I always say, life is too short to drink bad tequila. So, hey, if you want to pick up Nueve Uno or Nueve Uno Anejo Deep, you'll be in good shape. Salud.